A very good afternoon to you. Welcome to your lunchtime news bulletin coming to you live on MTV Sports with News First. I'm Shahin Jurangpati. Let's take a look at your headlines this afternoon. Pope Benedict XVI to bid farewell in the Vatican. Prices of potatoes in Norelia increase. Bus crash in Kenya kills 35. For those stories in detail, the price of potatoes in the Norelia district has seen a significant increase over the past few days. District Secretary DPG Kumarasiri said that an import tax imposed on potatoes and farmers limiting the supply of locally grown potatoes to the market are the reasons for the price increase. The price of potatoes in the market has increased by around 5 to 10 rupees. Potatoes which were sold at 70 rupees are now being sold at around 75 rupees. In another 1 week's time, the tax which was imposed will come into effect in the market. Potatoes which have already been imported are still in the market. Once the stock is over, the tax will be imposed on the new stock that comes in. Therefore, we request farmers to hold on to their stocks or keep the potatoes in their stores because of the favorable weather conditions. This will increase the weight of the potatoes and they can obtain a good price by releasing the potatoes to the market after the first week of March. Meanwhile, the Paddy Marketing Board says that 3,920 metric tons of paddy has been purchased under the government's paddy purchasing program. Chairman of the board, KB Abekon, said that as of now, 76 paddy purchasing centres have been opened. These centres have been opened in the Polonnaruwa, Anuradhapura, Hambantota, Ratnapura, Kilinochchi, Mullaitivu, Pattikolo, Ampara, Trincomalee and Kurunegala districts. The highest quantity of paddy was purchased from the Ampara district, which was 560 metric tons. Pope Benedict XVI becomes the first pope to step down in 6 centuries today. Benedict will fly by helicopter to the papal summer retreat in Castel Gandolfo, just south of Rome. In his last appearance as Pope, he will greet residents and well-wishers in a small square. Despite the praise and sympathy for the Pope from the faithful in the square, many Catholics were stunned by his decision and worry about the effect it will have on the future of a troubled church. At 8 p.m, the Swiss guards who stand as sentries in the residence of the Pope will march off in a sign that the papacy is vacant. As of this evening, Benedict will have the title Pope Emeritus after a brief spell in the hilltop town of Castel Gandolfo. The 85-year-old pontiff will move to the Mater Ecclesia monastery that for years housed cloistered nuns leading a life of quiet contemplation and prayer. Let's now cross over to live footage from the Vatican. Three bodies have been found inside a house on Sagaramawathe in Panadura. The police media spokesperson's office said the bodies were found during an inspection carried out following a tip-off on 119. Now, it has not been established as to whether foul play was involved. The police suspect that the bodies are of individuals from the same family. Meanwhile, a body of an individual was found in a drain located behind the Polonnaruwa General Hospital on the Polonnaruwa-Sungavila Road. The police suspect that the deceased person is around 50 years old. Our correspondent said that following the magisterial inquiry, the body was placed at the Polonnaruwa Hospital. The identity of the deceased person is yet to be ascertained. The bribery case that was filed against Pradeep Karyavasam, the husband of former Chief Justice Dr. Shivani Bandaranaike, was taken up before Colombo Chief Magistrate Rashmi Singapulli. The Commission to investigate allegations of bribery or corruption submitted in court that the Commission need to amend charges that have been filed along with the B reports. The Commission also noted that they had sought the advice of the Attorney General's Department over the charges that were filed previously. Attorney at law Saleh Peiris, on behalf of his client Pradeep Karyavasam, filed a preliminary objection and noted that he would submit in court the facts relating to the objection. Attorney at law Saleh Peiris said that his client arrived in court after receiving the notice issued by court. The court granted surety bail to Karyavasam. The case will be taken up on the 26th of April. The case was filed relating to the disputed transaction between the National Savings Bank and the finance company, while Karyavasam was the chairman of the NSB. The Public Inquiry Council Against Torture convened a media briefing in Colombo yesterday. Now, this was organized by the Right to Life organization and the Human Rights Council. The lack of security provided to the individuals who are arrested leads to torture. The fact that those implementing the law and the judges have no legal obligation to inquire whether those who are in custody are being tortured is a problem. Also, the lack of reforms in Sri Lanka to ensure the protection of witnesses in a court case is a problem to a certain extent. This also leads to torture. There is no independent judicial commission in the country today. Our country does not have an independent state service commission. Therefore, can the citizens in the country be protected from torture? Can the citizens truly be protected? God bless the people in this country. We are not signatories to the International Convention Against Torture. Therefore, God bless those who work overseas as well. According to the Constitution, physical injuries should be evident in order to seek justice in courts for torture. However, justice is not meted out in court for mental torture because mental torture cannot be proved. Therefore, the law has to be amended. Let us present legal forms. Let us change the law through discussions with all parties in Parliament. In more local news, a stock of cigarettes worth over 2.5 million rupees imported illegally was destroyed yesterday. The stock of cigarettes was seized by the police on the 19th of this month.
The stock of cigarettes were destroyed yesterday after being presented before the Kurunegala magistrate. The police said that the stock contained 122,000 cigarettes. The cigarettes were seized by the police officers attached to the Veerambugedra police station in Kurunegala when the stock of cigarettes were being transported in the Uvamiha Pidruella area. The police said that the 3 suspects were arrested on suspicion, were produced before the court on the 20th of this month and were placed in remand custody until yesterday. The police added that a fine of 150,000 rupees each was imposed on the suspects after the suspects were produced before the court once again yesterday. The police said that the suspects are residents of the Bandaraville area.
In cricket news, the handing of nominations for the selection of officials for sports governing bodies for the year 2013 and 2014 comes to a close today. Several groups handed in nominations this morning for the Sri Lanka Cricket and Badminton Association elections.
Nishantha Ranatunga handed in his nomination for the post of Secretary of Sri Lanka Cricket to Director General of Sports Ranjini Jayakodi. Hirantha Perera handed in his nomination for the post of Assistant Secretary of Sri Lanka Cricket, while current Chairman of the Sri Lanka Rugby Football Union, Asanga Senaviratna, handed in his nomination for the post of Vice President of SLC. The nominations were handed over at the Ministry of Sports. Suraj Dandania handed over his nomination for the post of Chairman of the Sri Lanka Badminton Association, while the current Chairman, Parakrama Basnayaka, handed in his nomination for the post of Vice President.
Well, another prominent big match encounter is the Battle of the Maroons, played between Ananda College and Nalanda College, Colombo. Today on our segment, Big Match Fever, we take a look at the Nalanda College team.
Lahira Jayakodi leads the Nalandians for the 84th Battle of the Maroons. Jayakodi has scored 392 runs, inclusive of 2 half-centuries in 10 matches. He has a top score of 97 runs. They have a good team this time, but I believe that Nalanda has a better team. We have observed them and we have identified their weak points. We plan to pressurize them and dismiss them for a low score and win the big match. The Nalanda College cricket team consists of 7 batsmen, 2 spinners and 5 pace bowlers. Their weapon is the playing style, coaching and strategies. We are ready to face the challenges. We think we can win this year. The Nalandians have won the Battle of the Maroons 6 times and have lost 11 times. Their last victory came 60 years ago in 1953. The Battle of the Maroons will take place on the 2nd and the 3rd of March at the SSC.